Hello guys, hope you're doing great. I have some big life news, big life update for you all. And so I wanted to share with you with you guys because I feel like it's been so orchestrated by the Lord that it needs to be heard. And also on top of that, I would love to have some prayer and support through this because it's kind of a big change. So don't mind me, by the way, I'm driving to go get some coffee because it is hot today. And so I need something, a little iced coffee to give me a little pick me up. So that's what I'm doing with me and the dog, Boondog in the back, and Jeremy and Aurora at home. So it's my little alone time. So I thought I would make a video and just let you guys know what's been going on. So let's start from the beginning. I don't know if all of you knew, but I think it was January or February. Oh my gosh. I can't even get my dates straight anymore, but we went to Disney World. It was my husband, daughter, and my dad, and it was an amazing time. Had such a great time. And so with that said, during that time while we were there, we were kind of self-reflecting on our life, and my husband's been kind of thinking about like his career path and what God really wants for him and what we want for our life. And so one night we had a really great conversation with my dad one dinner at Epcot. And it was just a really good conversation where we talked about the Lord and like our life and the direction it's heading, and just some wisdom from my dad with like decisions he made at our age, and just a lot of like encouraging words. And it was all pretty much like even us debating if we wanted to move out of state, because we're from Oregon and you know it's shut down here. A lot of times the environment here can be very, let's just say it can get a little dark, and I won't get into that, but it's a little difficult for our spirits. But anyway, so we've been kind of, back then we're talking like, should we move out of state or should we not? Because all of our support is here, and that's like a huge step, right? That's a life change. That's like huge. And I've lived my whole life here in Oregon. So it was just a big thing. And so anyways, we had this great conversation, you know, and my dad really encouraged me to just like, you know what, where God takes you is where you need to be and where you're going to go. And it's okay, you know, to do what you guys feel like is best for you. And so that was really encouraging. But anyway, so the park was closing. So after we had dinner, we hopped on to one of those bus shuttles that leads you to the car lot where we parked. So we hop on, and this gal was there on the bus, and she had a little 3-year-old too sleeping as well on the bus. Aurora fell asleep, so they were both sleeping, and she just smiled at us and was so sweet and just started talking to us, asking where we were from and whatnot. She heard we were from Oregon, and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We think it's hard here just having to wear a mask, you know, but over where we're at, I mean, you know, just like California, it's been hard. Lots of riots, lots of violence, and among other things, it's just been hard. Not to say it hasn't been hard for everyone everywhere. It has been, but it's just a different environment. So anyway, to make a long story short, she was just so sweet. Is a Christian, loves the Lord. We had a great conversation, and out of nowhere she's like, you guys should move here. You guys need to move here. And Jeremy like looked at me, and he was like, and my dad even looked at me, and I was like, because we had this conversation about where should we go? Like, should we move? Like, should we move to Idaho? Where should we go? Because Idaho, that's where a lot of my family's from, so it's kind of familiar, but or whatnot. So anyway, so we get off the bus, and I guess Jeremy was praying on the bus saying, Lord, is this something you want to do? Is this like a sign? Can you just like give me a hint, you know? And so we get off the bus, and Jeremy, growing up, his favorite movie ever, Disney movie, we're huge Disney fans, was Toy Story. And so we get off the bus and he looks over and he sees another bus parked, and it had like all the little clouds, you know, like Toy Story does on the bus. And they have like these flashing signs that say stuff on the buses, and it said, "Welcome home." And then it flashed and went away, and it never came back saying "Welcome home" again. And Jeremy comes up to me, he's like, "Kendra, this just happened." And he like told me, and I was like, Jeremy, I was like, that's cool and all, but there's no way, like, I'm sorry, but like, as amazing as that sounds, like, to live by a Disney park, to be in sunshine, to be with people that love the Lord, at least a lot of them do here in Florida, that's just not in the books for us. Like, we can't do that, you know, like, we just can't. So, but anyways, I'm Facebook friends now, have her number, the gal that was on the bus, she's amazing. We're friends now, talk a lot, which is awesome. But okay, so remember that, all that. I'm sorry, this is a long story, but trust me, it's really interesting how it all works together. So we come back home after that trip and we were like, wow, that was amazing. We loved it. Sad to come home. And so things start happening where, you know, Jeremy really felt the Lord speaking to him about his career path again. And he really felt led to go back to school online for ministry, which he's doing right now. And we were talking and we were like, man, it would be so cool if, like, you know, maybe you could get like an internship somewhere at a church or something, just to kind of like, you know, learn the ropes in that that area. And so Jeremy looks up in Oregon, no internships. And Jeremy, with his little mischievous side, of course, had to look up Orlando, Florida, or just Florida. And what do you know? There is an internship at a church in Orlando, Florida. Oh my gosh, you guys. And so he has a Zoom meeting with this pastor. He's a youth pastor. And it went amazing. They clicked really well. To make a long story short, it happened. I mean, he has this internship in Florida. And he's online for school right now for ministry. So we got that going for us, okay? So two things. We got this internship right in Florida, in Orlando, by Disney World, where we want to be. Okay, those two things. Next, I text my cousin, Sarah Beth, who lives in Mississippi. She was my maid of honor in our wedding. That was 7 years ago. I have not seen her in 7 years because we live far and we both have busy lives, and it just hasn't worked out to where we can plan a trip to see each other. And we're very, very close. We talk all the time. I love her to death. We've been close since we were younger, like junior hires. Like, that's when we really, really clicked and became best pals. And anyways, you guys, she's married, has 2 kids. Her daughter's about my daughter's age. And so she's actually a travel nurse right now. And so with that said, she's not actually in Mississippi. She's been traveling from state to state to state, kind of going on a little adventure with her family and working at the same time. So 3 months at a time she does this. And so anyway, you guys, I reach her about this, kind of texting her about what we're thinking, and she's like, no way. And I'm like, what? And she's like, girl, I just applied to go to Florida near Orlando for my next job. And you guys, it lined up at the same time, and we're gonna be there for 3 months too. So hold up, sorry, I shouldn't have told you how long we're gonna be there yet, but literally the timing's insane. I get to see my cousin, who I haven't seen in years. Our children get to meet. Crazy. Okay, so now we have that going for us. Totally God thing. There's no way that would have worked out. Okay, 4th thing. So my husband and I own, with my dad and sister, a triplex that we live in. And we all had it on our heart to sell it because we wanted to move somewhere that had a little bit more space because it's a little bit small for our family. So we put it up for sale. You guys, it sold over asking price. Closing date, you guys, is at the end of April. And you guys, without this, like, this would not be possible because my husband's leaving on May 3rd to head to Florida, and April 30th is closing date. So that's another answer to prayer, is like, okay, Lord, like, can you please provide a way for this to happen without us feeling like, you know, like penny pinching, like, just please make this possible. Boom, sold. We have the closing date right before we're leaving, okay? That's another thing. Let's see, how many is that? Was that 4? I think that was the 4th thing. 5th thing, okay? We have a cat. We have a dog and a cat. We're bringing our dog, but we have a cat, and we're like, there's no way in heck we're driving from Oregon to Florida with a cat. I'm sorry, there's no way, no. That is too difficult. So this whole time, like, okay, this all has worked out, but what the heck are we gonna do about our cat, right? So my husband's cousin, her name's Mackenzie, love her to death, she is going to house sit for us. So to explain that part of the story to you, I was trying to think this whole time, like, okay, who do I know that would actually want to house sit for us that isn't married or doesn't have a pet of their own that would want to just stay at our house? And then I remembered that she was planning on moving out of her place that she's living in. And so I reached her, I'm like, this is probably a long shot. So I just asked her, I'm like, hey, this is probably a long shot, but how do you feel about 2.5 to 3 months of free rent and to house sit? And I explained what we're doing. And she's like, oh my gosh, you have to call me. So I call her, and she's like, listen, this has to be a God thing. And I was like, okay, what do you mean? And she was like, okay, so my lease is going to end at the end of April, and I'm supposed to move in with a friend of mine at the end of July or the beginning of August. You guys, we're going to be there from the beginning of May to the end of July. So literally that span of time, she was like, I've been trying to figure out this whole time where to land during that time, because I don't want to have to like move somewhere and pay all that money to move somewhere and then move out again. It's just a whole process. So literally, you guys, she gets to, it's just perfect. The timing is insane. So she gets to live at our place for free and not have to do the whole moving thing twice. So that's another answer to prayer. You guys, it's insane. There are so many things. Like, those are probably the biggest things that like have pointed us to go and just do it. Like, the Lord keeps answering prayer after prayer where I'm like, Lord, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that. This is such a big thing for us to just like leave. And even though it's only 3 months, you guys, like, this is a big thing. Like, our family, we have some health issues in our family on both sides, and it's hard for us to think about leaving. You know, there's that part of us where we feel kind of guilty, and you know, we feel that feeling where like we need to be here for people and whatnot. But the Lord keeps showing us like, it's okay, you're not doing anything wrong, and I'm providing this opportunity for you. And it's gonna be just a season of like trusting the Lord and jumping right into this unknown adventure and just going and not worrying about, you know, the odds and ends, which I just tend to do. I worry, I doubt. That is like one of my biggest downfalls about me, is that I doubt. And I'm like, Lord, give me a sign all the time. It's like I can never have enough signs. But you know what? This is just a season of just faith and trusting. And so far, He's provided absolutely everything. I mean, among that, we got like a place to stay over there, and for a great price. And you guys, another thing, I'm sorry, I don't mean to brag. I just am amazed though that like how the Lord works and provides everything. So We have frequent flyer miles. Literally, you guys, for me and Aurora to fly over there, my husband's gonna drive, we're gonna fly because of our dog. He's gonna drive the dog. Literally, for both Aurora and I to fly, it was $11.20 or something like that, you guys. Like, what? Like, I'm just like blown away. Like, that's amazing. We were supposed to leave a day before that, but if we left the day after, it would be only $11. So we're like, yeah, we're gonna do that day. So it's just like, it's just so funny. I just tend to worry and worry and worry, and here I am literally witnessing the Lord showing us day by day by day, I got this, Kendra, don't worry, let it go, yeah, I got this. And he does, and it's just kind of been a life lesson for me, and I'm just amazed and blown away and in awe of our Lord. And so that's my update, you guys. When Jeremy did this internship interview, you know, the pastor really clicked with Jeremy, and like they had a lot in common. He was like, you know what, I understand your situation, and this internship can be 2 years or 2 months. Like, I'm willing to do whatever you think the Lord wants you to do, because I feel like we met for a reason. So it's just amazing. So we'll be there for 3 months, and it's going to be an adventure, and I'm probably going to document it on video and do some, like, I've been thinking about, because we're going to try to go to Disney as much as we can. My husband and I have been thinking about doing like a Disney devotional or something when we go there, and like just talk about Jesus while I'm there, and just kind of show you guys the park a little bit, and just give you guys a piece of that joy and happiness there, and talk about God, and, you know, fill you guys in too on what the Lord is doing and showing us while we're there, because I know he's not leading us there for no reason. I know there's a purpose for us going, and I am just so excited to see what that is and what unfolds while we're there. So that's my update, you guys. Probably be at the beach in the sun at Disney, learning about Jesus and just seeing how he can just lead us in this crazy adventure. So that is my update, you guys. I'm just amazed by our Lord. He just seriously makes a way. He makes a path, you know, and he's amazing. So keep us in your prayers as we're taking a 4-year-old across country and doing this thing, and we'll be out of our comfort zone. So please keep us in your prayers and thoughts, and we'll keep you posted on all of it. And if anything, I hope this can encourage you guys with wherever you are in life right now. If it feels like God's telling you to do something and you're just so unsure, just keep praying, you guys, and he'll show you and make a way. And sometimes it's out of our comfort zone, but that doesn't mean it's not the right thing to do. So God bless you guys. There's my update. I hope you all are having a really good week, and we'll talk soon. Okay, God bless.